she a fiend for the boy, she a eater. And I know that she ain't got no visa, but I showed him I sleep in the visa. Okay, 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 okay.
Since you guys liked the first one so much, I think it is time I make a second one. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Please do the same for this one because the car that we have on this one will scream way louder than your girlfriend in bed, and it is way more reliable than your father because this car has been working for decades, not centuries, but decades. Yeah, that was a little bit of a. Want some ice cream? Anyways, yeah, this car's been working for centuries, decades. This car is way more reliable than anything on this planet, and this car screams way louder than your girlfriend in bed. If you do not know the car that I am talking about, the car that I am actually talking about is the 2005. See what I did there? I'm joking. 2005 Honda Civic with the infamous, the legendary, the most spectacular VTEC engine. Yes, this car has a VTEC engine. It has a nice K28, K6, K26 engine. Yeah, producing with that engine, it produces 115 brake horsepower with a 1.7-liter engine. Its newton meters of torque, since it doesn't want to tell me properly, it says its newton meters of torque is at 110 newton meters of torque, with producing it at 600, 6,400 this thing RPMs, which is exceptionally high. In fact, let me not even say exceptionally high, which is extremely high. Your rev meter literally goes, yo, you heard the African accent. Hi. But back to the whole thing. You have it at 6, basically. Your rev meter is at 6, which is very high. But like I said in the previous times, and I've said it once and I'll say it again, this car screams louder than your girlfriend in bed. This car is absolutely amazing. It's a very strong car, very reliable, and it produces. You could go like almost everywhere with this car because its fuel consumption in the city is literally 8.0 liters per 100 kilometers, and it produces 5.6 liters per 100 kilometers in long distances, meaning your highways. This car saves a lot, but in the city, I mean, the the automatic version, not the man, the one that I just mentioned was the manual version. The automatic version is lower by zero point 0.5 liters, which is 7.5 liters per kilometer in your city runarounds. But long distance is still roughly the same because you don't do much of change downs and change ups. So this car is absolutely amazing, and this car was dominating in the times of Too Fast, Too Furious. I'm too fast for y'all, man. When Ludacris was still relevant at the time. I'm not saying he's not relevant; he still is. But I'm saying like when Ludacris was like the Michael Jackson of the time, if you understand what I mean, like Tupac of hip hop. I know I'm gonna get flamed for saying that, but that's how this car is. The common problems that this car has, like I said, many companies are trying to be too political, trying to win favors, trying to win whatnots and whatnot. The typical problems that this car has, it's literally its lights, it's dirty-minded child. It's thingy for opening the bonnet, the cables to open the bonnet, and the windows. Its electrical windows usually have short circuits, and they do not all work most of the time. But surprisingly, the owner of this car has actually kept this car well maintained. This car is not high maintenance that would always think. You see that baddie that you want to get at Conk? I'm fine. You have a better shot of maintaining this car than that baddie. So, um, yo, okay, that was rough. That was tough. But I'm just speaking the truth. Like I said, I don't want to be too political and start telling you the good things and then I don't tell you the bad stuff. No, the bad stuff of this car are the things that I mentioned. Other than that, this car's reliability is absolutely amazing. Maintenance is very easy. Even you yourself could maintain it yourself if you knew how the car works. Like, if you know where the oil pan, where the oil, what, maintenance, you're not going to suffer much. It's kind of like a Toyota. Remember, like I said in the last video, before the Chinese, we had the Japanese. And these guys knew, or they know how to make the perfect car. And they know how to make it in the most efficient and sufficient way possible. That's one thing that I can tell you about this car. This car is an absolutely amazing car. In my books, I would give it a rating of. But like I was saying, those car is absolutely amazing, right? But now, remember when I told you about the common features? Yes, it's window. The windows do open. Don't get me wrong, but it opens both windows. That is a common feature that each Honda Civic, the seventh generation, has. But now I want to get into the point that how this car makes you feel. This car makes you feel like an engineering student. That's one thing that does come makes you feel like you are an engineering student from the get go. It's a really good car and it's a very fun car for you to abuse. If you're a car guy, you will feel like a car guy driving this car because this car is really nice. Like there are no complaints. There are no complaints that I have with this car. It's electronics, yeah, sure, but come on, man. You know me. I'm a person that likes the buttons. And for a car from 2005, its aircon feature is still here. I thought you were gonna hear it, but its aircon feature is still here. Its radio works perfectly. It has Bluetooth. Yes, the owner of the car fitted it with Bluetooth, but the car is nice. Like as it is, I'm enjoying driving this car, and there are not too many complicated things on the speedometer. It's literally temperature, speed, rev count, speed, fuel. The lights will pop up whenever the lights feel like popping up. The car is well maintained in everything. There is literally no light that I see. The only light that I see is probably about the airbags, but that's in a lot of cars. A lot of cars have this airbag. A lot of old cars have this feature or have this problem with their cars, right? It's one thing that I can tell you. But overall, the car does make you feel like, hey man, is this a camera? Oh my. But yeah, like I was saying, the car makes you feel like you're an engineering student or a mechanic at best. Because this car is way more reliable than any car that you would think of or any car that you could like buy. Getting your hands on this thing is not easy. That's another thing that I could say. Okay, nope, that's a lie. Getting your hands on this car is quite easy. But this one, for you to get a car that is perfectly maintained, perfectly everything, it's really hard because most Honda Civics have been tuned because the owners have been doing funny stuff to the car by adding different things, adding whatnots and whatnots and whatnots, trying to make this the best Honda Civic ever. This is still a plain stock Honda Civic with all its stock beautiful features that it still has. You know, that's how this car is. It's a Honda at the end of the day. And can I rev it? But no, wait. I'm still in the suburbs and I can see somebody's driving out. I don't wanna. Oh shit! I know this person. As you can hear, that's how those cars like. It's literally a VTEC. Who the doesn't like a VTEC? That's one thing that is very special about this car. It's a freaking VTEC. You can literally abuse the engine. Okay, the engine was literally made to be abused. It screams, "Abuse me." Okay, that is the okay. I'm noticing that I'm saying this at the wrong times. But this is a really exceptional car. It's really good. I would love to do a speed test, but I'm in a suburban area, and I don't have private. I don't have a private property big enough for me to do speed tests. But hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to do this. And one thing that I can say is that, guys, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because it's been your boy Bombi, and Bombi with cars. Please subscribe to my to the car channel as well, not just my main channel, but subscribe to the car channel, as it'll be amazing, lovely, and wonderful. Bombi is out. Peace.